players in the Pro Football Hall of Fame who've used steroids before testing and punishments were established in the NFL. But since then, no player who's been suspended for PED use has made the Hall. Max, do you think this should impact Peterson's Hall of Fame candidacy?
Actually, yes, if after this, he's not the same player. You know, I'll give you an example in the fight game, Stephen A. Remember when Antonio Margarito was caught by Shane Mosley, welterweight champ, with the loaded gloves?
Yep.
And then we looked at the Cotto fight differently, right? We're like, what happened in that fight? You know how many significant fights Antonio Margarito won after he was caught with the loaded gloves? Zero. He never won a big fight again, ever. Barely had any wins and got beaten up a bunch. Yeah, if Patrick Peterson comes back as an ordinary or less than ordinary player, I do think it should affect whether or not he gets into the Hall of Fame. If he comes back and he's still a Pro Bowl caliber player, then I don't. Because the real question is, are you a creation of the stuff? Like the answer to Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa is, get out of here with that Hall of Fame stuff. You guys were a creation of it. But the answer to Barry Bonds is, yeah, you're a Hall of Famer because you were even better on it, but you were great without it. So Patrick Peterson now has to show at least me, if you're asking me, that he's a great player after he was caught.
Well, we can. Damian, let me go.
Go ahead,
Damian. Let me go first. Let me go first with this because I want your response to this as well as your point, and you too, Max. You know, I don't disagree with anything that you're saying there, Max. But I will tell you this: even though they may not have a say per se because they're not the ones voting on the Hall of Fame, the reality is that if a Hall of Famer, if a bunch of Hall of Famers had opposition to it, they got into the Hall of Fame by not using, then I think that should have a profound impact. See, one of my problems, and y'all, and stay with me on this, one of my problems with the whole Pete Rose thing and any Hall of Famer who would support keeping him out of the Hall of Fame, no one questioned his legitimacy as a player and as a Hall of Fame talent. They questioned his character. And my point is that's where I have a problem with them. But if you, as a Hall of Famer, had a problem with a Mark McGwire being in, that's different because you're saying that what he produced on the field was assisted by performance enhancement,
totally
and
agree.
That's not fair. And that's
totally
where
agree.
I'm at with it. So if you're a Hall of Famer and you're questioning the legitimacy of somebody's talent, I'm going to take that seriously. And if you don't, then I'm going to take that seriously too.
Yeah, listen, I feel like as far as the Hall of Fame is concerned, I think, Stephen A., you brought it up initially. A lot of the times when guys use these type of things, it's for recovery, okay? These guys are already, you know, the best athletes in the world. It's more so to speed up recovery so they can stay on the field. So, again, Patrick Peterson, he won't be able to make the Pro Bowl this year because that's part of the stipulation. If you get popped for PEDs, you're ineligible to make the Pro Bowl. But as long as his play continues to, if he continues to play like a blue chip player, I'm telling you, people won't bat an eye.
What if he doesn't,
as far
Damian?
as this whole incident is concerned.
What if he doesn't? What if he's an ordinary or less than ordinary player when he comes back?
There'll be batting eyes.
Because to me, that makes a difference. To me, I'm like, nope, gotcha. You are not great. You are a creation of the stuff. Barry Bonds got even better on the juice, but we all know he was already a Hall of Famer. McGwire and Sosa were creations of the juice, so they're a no.
Well,
right?
here's what I'll say.
Pete Rose is a yes for what Stephen A. said. He was a Hall of Famer.
Well, here's what I would say, Max, because I think most people around the league would consider Patrick Peterson the best cornerback in the league. Now, if there's a precipitous drop in his play, okay, then I think people will start scratching their head. But, again, I don't think, as far as PEDs are concerned, it's more so for recovery, not necessarily to enhance their performance and go out there like baseball does.
Yeah, but although, let me tell you something. Let's say he gets out there and he performs, but he's playing half seasons because he can't recover. Like, all that makes a difference. All I'm saying is if you get caught on the stuff, then we watch you differently now. Then you really got to make sure you're the same player afterward or you've cast doubt on what you've accomplished.